This is Charting Cryptos and Commodities. Where are we this week? Well, we'll start off with Bitcoin. This is a 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin chart. You can see the high on Bitcoin back on the week beginning the 8th of November 2021. Bitcoin hit a high of $69,000. How the mighty have fallen. Didn't happen overnight, but over weeks. Sideways, some up there in March, looking like it was going to take off again in 2022, and then down. Then 4 weeks of up movement starting in mid-July of last year, and then down sideways for many weeks, and then down again, and we're just sort of hanging out in the doldrums below the 200 EMA. Is Bitcoin going to make a base somewhere around the $15,000 mark, or is it going to go lower? Because it can. We're just waiting, watching, seeing. Nothing's telling us that it's on the move anywhere at this point. We look at where we are with Ethereum. It's been up some over the last 2 weeks, but again, like Bitcoin dropping most recently, it did too. Hasn't recovered from that yet. And we will, although it's getting closer to where it was, but again, not up toward those more recent highs back in October and still below the 200 EMA. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll let you know as things continue to move along. Let's look at the 10 Bitcoin, the top 10 cryptocurrencies weighted as per market share, Bitcoin being the biggest of all of those and being the biggest driver. We can see a little bit of an up move here over the last week. It's a green up candle, and it's bigger than what we've seen in the most recent past. But again, lots of tracking down. We can see where we came from back in the day and how much of a hit overall the cryptocurrencies have taken. So when will they recover? Will they recover? Well, they probably will. And if they do, we will see it. We will track it. We will let you know. But it hasn't happened yet, my friends. Now, let's leave cryptocurrencies. And again, it's worth checking on every week to just sort of see where we are. And we'll move over to commodities. The big gainer for the day is the United States Gasoline Fund. Where is gas going to? We can see where it's been with its highs back in June, end of May and June, and then down for many, many weeks, then started going up there in early October, topped out in late October, down, and then it's been up some for the last 4 weeks. And again, a green spinning top this week. So we'll keep our eye on things nowhere near those highs. It is above the 200 EMA. We'll continue to watch, wait, and see what happens when it comes to gas. Oil, we can see that again, it's not really tracking so much with gasoline. It's just sort of slipping sideways down some. Was up for the day 3.33%. Red on the STC, still above the 200 EMA, nowhere near its highs. Again, that was back in June of 2022. Where do we see copper? Now, copper banging up. I mean, over the last few weeks, it has pushed through the 200 EMA that it had blown off big time back in June and July of this last year, and then stayed below it, came through it in early November, sideways for a little while, and then this week in particular, really blowing up. Now again, copper's using a lot of industrial things. Interesting to see it really taking off. How about nat gas? Where are we with natural gas? You heard all these shortages going to go through the roof, going to be crazy this winter. Well, it peaked in August, I guess, on all of those rumors, and look at what it's done since then. Rocketed down. I mean, down to where it was back in January of 2022 before all the Ukraine stuff started. Isn't that fascinating? Well, you hear stuff on the news, but you look at the commodities charts, my friends, and what do you see? You see what's actually happening. Look at wheat. Remember how the world's going to be starving to death? Well, Wheat heading down, pushing below its 200 EMA. It was up some for the day, but again, look at that, where wheat reached those highs back in mid-May of last year and even higher back in February of last year. And now how the mighty have fallen. Soybeans, big feed crop, well as human consumption on that, soybeans still tracking up pretty high. We can see soybean has been gaining over the last many weeks. How about sugar? We can see sugar topped out most recently mid-December and then moving down over the last couple of weeks, still above the 200 EMA. Corn, we know how important corn is. Sweetening, ethanol, you name it, all over the place. Corn not up to its highs of late April of last year, up sort of through mid-May, dropped off, built back up, sort of topped out there in mid-October, and then down a little bit sideways here recently, a down week so far for corn. Now, I had some folks ask me, can we look at silver? Of course we can look at silver. What do we see silver doing? Well, it reached its most recent high back at the end of the year, and over these last couple of weeks, sort of slipping sideways, down 0.83% for the day. You can track silver just like we track gold using our three charts, the half-day, 2-day, and the weekly. But we see silver really strong over the last many weeks up until the last couple. Is it getting ready to roll over and go down? Well, what's it doing on the 2-day? We can see the 2-day still green above the 200 EMA, but we do see some weakness there and some down movement. How about this half-day chart? What's it portending for us? It is going down, got a ways to go before it goes below the 200 EMA. It is red on that half-day chart. It is green on the 2-day and on the weekly. So keep an eye on things, see if you see continued weakness there. Lastly, we'll take a look at coffee. Check it out. I love coffee. I'm glad to see the price hammering down. Just for the day on Wednesday, it is down 4.20%. That is quite nice to see. I like cheap coffee. What's driving that? My friends, I got no idea. My job is to help you see what's going on, track what's going on, know what's going on. That's where we are. God bless, my friends. We love to hear from you. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.